name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
Tricky end to the meeting. Race number 8, the Hollywoodbets Bright Future 70 handicap. This will be over 1,200 meters, so this will once again be down the lane. 1,200 meters of luscious green grass in front of them, and when they come down to the winning post, let's see who has what it takes to get into the winner's enclosure. Now let's start off with number 1, Aspostertjie, which means Cinderella in Afrikaans, one of those horses that keeps catching us out. Won last time when beating twice the Trinity in the penultimate run. Really liked the penultimate run when beating twice the Trinity. Showed a lot of guts and courage. Then came back post-maiden, decent fourth behind our Emily. Came from 9th position on that occasion and finished just 2.25 lengths behind them. Does have the best of the draw, a horse you have to throw in the calculations. The horse I'm going to tip though is number 2, Grew of Ice. Now with the Comnadu stable. So first run for the Comnadu stable. And all you have to do is look at that last run behind Kalulo. Kalulo is a horse who's really franked the form and on the up. And if Kalulo was in this contest, Kalulo would be even money or 8 to 10. So number 2, Grew of Ice. First run for the new stable. Races for the Chetties and the Gangiers. Randall Simons at this stage of the game. He's coming to KwaZulu-Natal. And I just fancy number 2, Grew of Ice. Let's look at the distance. 3 runs for a second and a third. A one-time winner, which did come at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. And I think this was a horse who won early on. I think one debut or second time of asking, and a horse that showed a lot of potential earlier on. Now let's just have a look at the distance. They tried up to 1,950 at one stage of the game. They have now decided to drop this daughter of Gimme the Green Light into sprints. The last few runs have been sprinting, and I think this could be the ideal race. After running on the poly track the last 2 runs, back on the turf, down the lane, drawn down the inside, I'm going to go number 2, Grew of Ice, as my first selection. Number 4, Trip to Royalty is certainly worth a mention, because if you look at that run on the 14th of December, Grew of Ice ran 5th, 3 lengths behind Perfect Appeal, and just in behind her was number 4, Trip to Royalty. So if you like number 2, Grew of Ice, you have to throw in number 4, Trip to Royalty. She's had 2 runs on the turf and she's had a third. Her victory did come on the poly, but let's ignore that and say that she's going to be equally effective on the turf, and I think she's going to be the main danger. Down the page, my roughie at 33 to 1. Number 7, Kitten's Adventure. If you ignore those last 2 efforts, this horse would be around about 6 or 7 to 1 in the betting. I'm not quite sure what went wrong with Kitten's Adventure the last 2 runs. Let's just have a look. Eased twice, vet nil, examined normal. So what we do is we draw a line through the last 2 runs and we go back to the 3rd to Casa Rosada, the 4th to Arctic Princess, and the 4th to Not Now Pussycat. Only win did come over the course and distance. And let's have a look here. Down to a 62 in the ratings. 33 to 1. This will be the each way play in the race. Number 7, Kitten's Adventure. And down the lane, this horse from the Gary Rich stable, I am expecting a much improved run. So draw a line through the last 2 efforts. No doubt this horse 33 to 1. And here's another horse on the card. As we mentioned earlier on, Don Carrari, 12 to 1. I don't believe Don Carrari is going to start 12 to 1. Kitten's Adventure, there's no way that this horse will go off 33 to 1. I think 14 to 1, 16 to 1 race time. A horse for the exactors, the swingers, and the trifectas, worth throwing into all the play. Number 9, Spirited Flight, after beating La Pura Vida. a horse that they do rate, so we're throwing into the picture. And then number 12, There She Goes. This is a horse that you have to respect, and I think this is a horse who could certainly pull off a race of this nature. So quite an open event, but I'm going to go with number 2, Groove Ice, as the horse to beat, and then number 7, Kitten's Adventure. Watch out for this one to claw them down.
Good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, you know, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.